Hey everyone, and welcome back to LOD Tech. My name is Clayton, and today we're going to be doing a budget gaming build that I put together for a friend of my son's. So I'll just give you a backstory on this. My son's friend went to a store here locally and picked out a pre-built computer. It was made by Lenovo. It spec-wise wasn't too bad. It would be considered probably mid to low budget. It was an i5-8400. It had 8 gigabytes DDR4 2400 megahertz RAM, and it had a GTX 1060 3 gigabyte, and it had, what else did it have in there? It had a 1 terabyte 7200 RPM hard drive. So he takes it home and he gets it there and he starts playing on it, starts playing games with my son, and he's having issues. He's not getting the frame rates he wants. He's getting like 30 to 40 frames per second in Overwatch, which is really low because Overwatch should be able to play on that pretty decent, but he's not getting it. So I tell my son tells me, and I'm like, you know what? Why don't you ask him if he wants me to build one for him? If he can take that computer back, I'll build one for him. Why not? So I've done hundreds of builds, thousands actually. So he takes the computer back, gives me a call, says, yeah, we can do this. Or he gives my son a call and gives me a budget, $1,000. All right, let's get to work. So I know right off the hop that I am going to build around the GTX 1060 non-TI. I know this right off the hop. It's the price point that I can keep my system in and get him decent parts, plus make it look pretty decent. I don't want him, he had a pretty nice looking system before. The Lenovo he had a nice case and everything like that. I don't want him going home with just something that's just a piece of tin and with nice parts in it. I want it to look nice. So let's do the specs. First off, Ryzen 5 2600, 6 core, 12 thread, 3.4 gigahertz to 3.8 gigahertz boost clock. This thing's pretty decent. I have it in my system. I have mine running at 4.3 gigahertz all the time. I do turn it down to edit videos because I'm more worried about stability. I bring it down to about 4.2. This is definitely a really good processor. I know the new ones are going to be coming out, but this is still, for the money, it's pretty good. Next up, we've got the memory, and the memory is already in the motherboard. I don't know why I knew I was going to make this video, and I already started assembling it. So this is the Ripjaw 5 by G-Skill, and that's DDR4 3200 4x2 8 gigabyte kit. And you know what? I've never had issues with Ryzen so far. Knock on wood. I have no wood. Oh, here we go. That I have no issues with this one, but we'll see. 2600 probably shouldn't have any issues, but we'll see what happens. Inside that, we have it in the motherboard, and of course we've got the MSI B450 Bazooka version 2. This is a really good motherboard from all the reviews I've read, and I went and looked at it, and you know what? I can't imagine it to be any different from any of their other motherboards. Their B450 X470 line this time around has just been phenomenal. Their VRMs are pretty good, or actually really good this time around. So you know what? I'll let you know how I make out with overclocking and whatnot. We are using the stock cooler, so there's not going to be a huge overclock, but we're going to overclock it anyway, see what we can get out of it. All right, so next up we've got what the system was built around. The GeForce GTX 1660 by EVGA. This is the black model. This is just your base 2.75 model with our 2.75 slot with one single fan. We'll see what happens with this. I have it in house, so I'm going to do a review on it obviously as well. Yeah, decent card, I think. Let's see what happens. I know for sure it's going to be better than a 1060 3 gigabyte, and it's got 6 gigabytes RAM, so can't go wrong there. And I have, for a hard drive, I ended up with an ADATA SU 630 480 gigabyte. He doesn't need 1 TB. If he does end up needing it, if he's going to do stuff like putting videos together or streaming and wanting to hold on to the copies of his stream, then we can upgrade him down the road when he has a little bit more money, and we can put a 1 or 2 TB hard drive, just a 7200 spin in there, and you can also put games on there. So yeah, that should be fine. And next up is the Thermaltake Smart Series 550 watt power supply. I've never done anything with Thermaltake, EVGA. I've done Coolmaster, Rosewill. I've done most of the brands, but I've never had a Thermaltake power supply. This is an 80 watt bronze and 550 watt power supply. Probably more than he'll need with this card. He probably could even go up to a 2060 or 2070 with this system and still be within range. So it has some future upgradability. So basically that's it. That's the parts in the system. I'm going to go ahead and cut to me building the system, and then we'll cut to some other stuff after that. So we'll see you just in a few seconds. All right, guys. So bad news. Started building the system, had it all together, went to go edit the footage. Footage is not there. I didn't hit record. Man, oh man, what a great feeling to have after you've done all that. But you know what? Not to worry. I'm gonna do some B-roll right now with some nice music, and you guys can see the system, and then we'll cut to some in-game playing and show you some frame rates, and that'll be it. All right, guys, that's it for today. I'll have all the parts of this build put into the show notes at the bottom. You can take a look at them and click on them if you want. And of course, as always, if you like the content, hit the thumbs up. If you dislike the content, hit the thumbs down. And if you like the content that you've seen so far, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. And I also have Patreon, so if you want to help me out with getting future stuff, videos out, getting more content based on hardware, go ahead and subscribe to me there, and I'll also have that in the show notes. And alright guys, that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you in the next video. See you later.